Hey guys, I'm back. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Man. Starting off with like two big yawns while I wake up. Oh. Here I got my coffee. Everyone get your coffees out. Get your coffees. Oh fuck. Yeah, I stayed up till like 5 a.m. last night playing Zelda. Sorry everyone. How was Canada Day? That's right. Yesterday was Canada Day, everyone. We're celebrating the return, or no, the independence of Canada from the British Empire on July 1st. And because of the Canadian wildfires that are currently burning up the continent, no fireworks are allowed in Canada right now. R.I.P. So Naomi and I, we spent the afternoon at the park. There was some festivities, some events, and then I came back home. I played Barotrauma with Arch and Kibbs and Lilith and Stardust. We beat Barotrauma last night. Oh, and then I stayed up all night playing Zelda. Fuck. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm back to the weekly sip. I'm sorry it's been like a month, but I did like 2 weeks or so of E3 stuff, so I was just out. And I think at least one of those I just like forgot or I was doing something else. I know last week instead of doing a weekly sip, I released the Link as a Twink video instead. That was a fun little premiere. It's a pretty long video that's pretty in depth. Oh. But I'm back. We're doing weekly sips again, everyone. Oh, fuck. We're doing weekly sips again. What would the UK do if the USA invaded Canada? Nothing. Okay, hold on. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go on my normie Facebook for a minute. I saw. Hold on. What's going on? Oh Jesus! I got a message from Naomi on my normie Facebook. She's sick at work. Back hurts, throat is scratchy. Headache. She probably has like a cold or something. Damn. But anyway, okay, I went to my normie Facebook for this. Listen. Oh, that's great. You Momo. Every week with the ex-friend stalking. Oh, no. This is something that's kind of important. Safety zoom. How many... Okay. Here's going to be the situation. Answer yes or no. Do you watch the gaming channel? Say yes or no in the chat. Yes, you watch it. No, you do not watch it. By the way, first of all, you should watch it. But by the way, it's fine if you don't. I just want to... I want to see how many of you actually know what I'm about to talk about. This is some gaming channel lore. No? Yeah? No? I upload all the gaming streams to a side channel, so yes, some. Okay. All right. Okay. All of you yeses. All right. All of you people who say yes. Okay. Hey, Viking Kiwi, it's been a while. What's going on? You stream when I sleep? No, I don't. I see you in Kibbs' stream at the same time as mine, you fucko. You traitor. Oh, you just watch the live ones on this channel? Yeah, I upload the streams to a side channel later. Okay, listen. Thanks for all the yeses or nos. Okay. All of you guys who said yes, do you remember back in the day? I think it's like 4 years ago, or no, it's more like 6 years ago now. Do you remember when Dave's now ex-girlfriend Avery was on the show? Do you remember Avery? Yes or no? Do you still have Jordan on your Facebook? No, Jordan blocked me after the call me backstabbing bullshit. When's the Pride Month video coming out? Are we seeing anything on French riots from you? Yes, you will, Tricky Mario. Thank you for the $8. Avery, the blue-haired chick. I'm just wondering if anybody here is old enough to remember her. Titanium might remember her. You weren't here 4 years back? That was before you were watching? Yeah, Titanium remembers Avery. Okay. Listen. So, the few of you who do remember Avery, this is only going to be... Yeah, she was on the channel years and years and years ago, okay? She hasn't been on the channel, Jesus, I think 5 or 6 years now. All right. Yeah, Soup Visual members. Yeah, that's right. Okay. For like the 3 of you who remember, I'm going to give you some deep lore. Okay? So, on my normie Facebook, here's Avery's, because I still have her on Facebook for some fucking reason. Here's her post about this year's Canada Day. I'm enjoying the beach, drinking lemonade, and I'm getting to enjoy adorable puppies. Yes, we did get to cuddle them. My note to all my friends: while you enjoy this Canada Day, don't forget to respect the land that you're on. Be an ally in all respects, and show your respect to the Indigenous peoples of Canada. And she was flying a Canadian flag that has the pride colors on it. Hold on. So I can show you. Okay. This is the flag she was flying. It's a bastardized version of the Canadian flag where the red is replaced with the pride colors. You see this a lot here in Canada during June. I was like, damn. Just when you thought a flag couldn't get worse. How old is Avery now? I don't know, man, but like, Avery was always awkward and never funny when she was trying on the show. Yeah, I mean, there was a few times, like, I think the Life is Strange playthrough was pretty funny with her, but every other time she was around, Jesus. She has like, okay, she has a thing for older guys, that's for sure, because after she broke up with Dave, she married someone in the UK. All right, because she went to the UK for a year to work as a teacher, and she married like a 60-year-old man. 60. She's in her early 20s. She married a 60-year-old man whose main job was playing in a Beatles cover band in the UK because she wanted to stay in the UK. Once that fell through, they divorced. And now she's dating a 45-year-old man who she moved back to her hometown and she's now dating like a middle-aged guy. It's Sargon. Sargon isn't playing a fucking Beatles cover band. But anyway, yeah. She had like, when I first met her, she had like short blue hair. She was like 21 or something. Dave was like infatuated with her. And she was actually pretty cool. But like, man, she she's been chain smoking the past 6 years or so, and now she looks like she's 35. She looks like an approaching middle-aged lesbian now. Fuck. But anyway, very clearly she's gone woke. She was always kind of woke before, but she's like hyper woke now. Oh yeah, she also when she graduated, she asked me to delete either she asked me to ideally delete my channel, or at the very least delete all the videos that she was in for my channel, because she was now moving off to be a professional and she didn't want that on the internet. And I just told her to fuck off. $5 from Nighttime Lime. Thank you. I got drunk, watched anime, and ranted about Twitter's limit on Discord for Canada Day. Time well spent. Well, thanks very much. Dave got it when it was good, then yeah, basically. I'm still based and round-pilled. Round-pilled? Is that just me being fat? I'll probably tackle the Final Fantasy 16 thing eventually. I just haven't beaten the game yet. At least Dave is with Dom now. Here's the thing. Dom was actually, like, friends with Avery, right? And after Avery had moved to the UK, was done with Dave, she was pissed that Dave and Dom got together back in Canada. It's like, listen, you live in a different fucking country at this point. What business is it of yours? She was pissed. So here's the thing. She's definitely one of like the lefty people that I knew that I don't talk to anymore. But um she's not one of the ones that backstabbed me back during the Slaughter Otter thing. That was Jordan and Eric. Never be friends with communists IRL, guys. Literally had those guys, they wanted to destroy my ability to make content the next time they saw me IRL. Whatever the fuck that meant. I've seen how you sit on that couch. Round and jolly you are. You look like Punk Santa. Based. $5 here in Lady Columbia. Thank you. I'm a huge Gundam fan, but it looks like Bandai is going woke to cover for poor storytelling. Anime seems to be increasingly woke in Japan itself. I don't know about that. I think it'll cool off. Honestly, woke things are cooling off here already. But you guys didn't hear about that deep lore? This was like 2018 or 2019. I think 2018. Basically, there was a Discord full of people who hate watched me, led by a former fan from years and years ago. Yeah, 2018, called Slaughter Otter. And basically, a bunch of former viewers, they shifted radically left during the Trump era. And they were mad at me for not shifting left. And they actually managed to get two of my IRL friends in that Discord, Eric and Jordan. That was that was not a fun time, because like when it's just like haters on the internet, it's like, who cares, you know? Because like recently in 2021, I had the same thing happen, but for the right wing. You know, there were hate watchers who had shifted too far right from me, and they were with Scrump. But that was all online, right? That was just all online bullshit. But with the left wing ones, it involved people that I knew in real life, so it was like a different kind of thing I had to deal with. So basically, I just had to. They declared in their private Discord that I had a friend leak to me a bunch of their logs. They intended to fuck with my channel next time they saw me IRL, and I was gonna like shoot content. I don't know if they meant they were gonna like try to ruin the videos I was shooting, or they're gonna try to do something physically, like break something. I don't know what they meant. Um, but I was just like, you know what? Get the fuck out. I just expelled them from my life. Never spoke to him again. Never talked to him again. Say, get the fuck out. Kicked them from the Discord. Kicked them from everything. Blocked them. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's pretty wild that people swang like wildly left during the Trump era, but then after Trump's 2020 loss, other people swang wildly right. Like there are people right now who are saying some pretty nutty things that are pretty far right, like actually pretty far right. And I'm like, you wouldn't have said this 5 years ago, you know? People have fucking lost it, I think. They would have just said the N-word on stream. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, that's just a bit of a Dev returns to the weekly sip preamble. How are you guys doing? You guys enjoyed the recent videos? What do I have coming up? Let's see. So, yeah, I made the community notes video yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And then I made the You Can't Be Both Edgy and Safe video 2 days before. I think those are both pretty good videos. Tomorrow I'll probably do something on the Supreme Court rulings. And then Tuesday, TikTok Tuesday returns. And then I think on Wednesday, I'm going to do a video talking about the concept of trolls remorse. You know, with like Egoraptor or iDubbbz or Ethan Klein, guys like this or fuck, what else was there? The Team 4-Star guys. Yeah. Or Little Karibo. A bunch of people who absolutely went woke. Yeah. Basically, guys like that who have a history of edgy humor. And now they are just has-beens and fucking losers. And like compare them to like Oni Plays or JonTron, who are definitely older creators at this point, but they don't disavow their old work. They still have fun, Communist friendos never once. Thanks for the $2, C. Thomas. Very appreciated. The video with Erudite was really interesting. I enjoyed talking to Erudite, actually. Yeah. Oh man. There's also the Hunter Avallone drama, but like, do you guys really want to hear me talk about that? Like, it's just, it's a very straightforward story, right? Hunter Avallone, his wife decided to get a 6-man black piss orgy gangbang going behind his back. Like, I think it was 2 days after they separated. So like, what do you want me to say about that? Like, it's that she's disgusting? Okay. Penis. Thanks, C. Thomas. It's an old story. Well, it's like a week old at this point, right? Wait. Oni is the only Let's Play channel I watch because they're still funny. Trini Player, you should watch mine. $5 from Colombia, thank you. The recent SCOTUS rulings have been extremely great. Gun rights, anti-public information, turn on AA, private association. I'm very happy. I'm like pro 2 of them and like 50-50 on the third. So the 3 SCOTUS rulings, just very quickly, they were the first one was affirmative action for colleges. They struck that down. Okay, good. The second one was what was the second one? I know the third one was the gay website one. What was the second one though? I can't fucking remember. You were never funny. Oh, thanks, guys. You fucks. God damn it. You're all banned. Okay. Dev thinks his gaming channel is funny. Jesus. Fuck you. Disco Elysium. I actually wanted to start Disco Elysium, but we started Final Fantasy 16 instead. Right. Student loans. That seemed reasonable too. The student loans one's actually the most reasonable one of the 3, because with the student loans situation, with the student loan situation, they're not even saying the government can't do it. They're saying that the president can't do it by fiat. Congress has to pass a law forgiving debt. Oh, and by the way, they used Nancy Pelosi's own. They used Nancy Pelosi's own words in that one, which is kind of funny. And the third one is the gay website one, right? And I don't know how I feel about that one yet. I've actually heard some rumors that there might not have actually even been a website business to begin with. And if that's the case, what the fuck is the point of it? Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about that one. I need to look. I need to be educated more on that one. I have to look more into it. Let's see. $5 Willison. Takahata 101 is a prime example of calling people for making jokes that he himself made. Now he's just another Twitch VTuber Coomer. Yeah, pretty much. You know, when people, like, they shame you for making the same jokes they made before, and that's how they got big. It's like, shut the fuck up. Now you have, like, the next generation of, like, early 20-somethings creators who are also now being edgy on the internet. And they're like, oh, how could you do that, Aiden Ross? Like, shut the fuck up. Jesus. $5. Tiki the Hut, thank you. Have you ever considered playing tabletop wargaming at like Warhammer 40k or Bolt Action? Well, activists are still influencing, but it's still chill. I mean, maybe, but I've never done it before. I'm still barely getting into like D&D style tabletop. $5 from C. Thomas. It's sad seeing 90% of all the old, edgy, funny people suddenly become the dollar store leftist copies of the 80s era born-again Christians. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gay website. No, okay. The story was, yeah, an independent web developer, Christian, did not want to make a gay wedding website. Right. So you have two arguments there, right? One argument is that should businesses be allowed to, you know, arbitrarily not sell products to random people? So, for example, if you own a grocery store and a black person wants to come in just to buy groceries, should you be able to tell them, no, you can't buy groceries here? And that sort of, you know, very basic transactional exchange, it seems like the store owner shouldn't be able to do that. Like, there's some expectation that it should be, if it's open to the public, and like, you shouldn't be just arbitrarily banning people for no reason, right? However, the other side of the argument is that if you're not simply selling a product, but you're creating a piece of artwork, then forcing someone to create artwork, even artwork that they don't believe in, that's compelled speech. That's now a free speech issue. And that was the whole point of the gay wedding cake. Because the baker in the gay wedding cake story that was very famous, you know, back in the late 2000s, the baker was willing to sell the couple a cake, but he wasn't willing to make a custom cake, because that was considered, now he had to, like, make a piece of artwork, and that was considered a violation of his free speech rights. So now the question is, if you're being forced to make a website for a gay wedding, is coding considered to not just only be speech, but is it artwork? Is writing code artwork? The answer to that's probably yes, actually. Yeah. They're still harassing the baker, but the baker won the case, and he should have won it, in my opinion. Yeah. $5 here in Lady Columbia. It's weird because as late Gen Zers, 27 in 4 days, I find a lot of them to be tame IRL. However, that probably helps since Gen Z politics are extreme. Wait. What do you mean tame IRL? Miss Sparkles, thanks for joining the D Club. $5 a month recurring. Hit the memberships button. Get yourself in the D Club in Discord. I have a real question. I see France rioting all the time, but I know each reason for it. But what's the goal and gain of the riots? Is there no other option? It's just France, man. Like, France is just retarded. They've been rioting for 10 fucking years. $10. Hengineer, thank you. Porn websites are blocked in my state, and it's not just PH doing it. It's funny to me. I am a Virginia resident. I don't blame them. Storing customer personal data is a huge privacy issue. Wait, how are you getting your porn then? Are you just like VPNing around it? Thanks for the $10. I very appreciate it. Let's see here. $5 from Gonzalo. Thank you. Hey, I just discovered your channel. I really enjoyed the mix of gaming and sensible politics and dark humor. Keep it up and thanks. Thanks very much, Gonzalo. Very appreciated. Dev activists are still regularly filing lawsuits against the baker to harass him and drain his resources. Okay, what do you think they should do? Like what's your solution? Do you think that activists, like, you should not be able to file a lawsuit against somebody because they've already had one filed against them before? That sounds kind of ridiculous, doesn't it? Because now that person has like a carte blanche to do whatever they want. No, I don't know. Like, I understand your complaint, but I don't think you have a solution for this. When PH pulled down a lot of unconfirmed vids, I was angry and never returned. Who's PH? Refusing to make a gay cake or a trans website is not a refusal to do business. It's saying we don't stock that product. Fair enough. Oh, Pornhub, right. To be honest, there actually was like a good chunk of CP on Pornhub and like some of the darker corners of it that no one really visited. There was some CP on there for sure. Fondue, $5. Thank you. Why would anybody give their money to someone who just hates them? Someone is actively discriminating against them. Their customers are fail at capitalism. That makes sense only to a point, though, Fondue, because if you have an entire market that decides to discriminate against one demographic, now none of them are failing at capitalism because no one has a leg up. They've basically created a cartel, and that's also not good. And of course, you can even go further on that, right? Because imagine, imagine a market where there's like 10 suppliers of a product, and all 10 of them decide that they hate black people and they're not going to sell to black people, right? So now black people can't even buy the product. So now they're just like, well, the market's not solving this because these 10 have all decided to come together and collude, right? Okay. Now let's say one of those 10 suppliers says, you know what? There's actually money to be made selling to black people. We're going to start selling it to them again. So now that one supplier has a leg up in the market. So, libertarian economics would say, hey, they have an advantage now because they have a wider consumer base. However, that only holds true if the other 9 don't use some sort of price manipulation to try and drive the 10th out of business. Or alternatively, if the population themselves, the people buying the products, if they also hate black people enough to boycott the 10th supplier who's now selling to black people, he actually might end up losing a good chunk of market share. Because now you have a consumer boycott coming in and bankrupting businesses that choose to sell to everyone and not exclude black people. But that only happens if you have like a huge section of your population that hates the minority, which, to be fair, back in the day you actually did have that, which is probably why the state had to step in and say, no, you must sell to everyone equally. Yeah, everyone here says the 11th startup wins. The 11th startup wins. Again, not if the population also doesn't want the 11th startup to sell to black people. Then they just boycott them. Emperor Creatine, $5. Thank you. The past couple years in my mind have basically been Clarence Corn Pop Thomas's 30 years revenge plot against Biden. Change my mind. That's funny, actually. Yeah, it's not happening now, Brock, but it was. Zattacked says if all the businesses and the population are against it, they wouldn't pass a law forcing businesses to sell to them anyway. Not true, Zattacked, because sometimes lawmakers simply do what the right thing is, regardless of popularity, and they should. By the way, you know, if your entire society hates gay people, the law should still protect gay people, even though that's unpopular, right? This is why the ANCAPs properly say that rights are anti-democratic. That's the point of the Constitution, is that it is an anti-democratic check on democratic power. It doesn't matter if something's popular or not. What matters is if it's good. Willow's in for $5. If you think oligopolies are bad, wait till you hear what banks do to people they hate. I'll let Nigel Farage. Who's behind it? Who knows? Oy vey. Listen, I was with you until the oy vey. It's not Jews behind it. All right. Listen. Dev, why does YouTube put ads in the middle of your live stream? Because fuck YouTube, dude. Oh, Tidge, is Chud still going? Did Chud Logic stop? $5 from Fondue. I don't buy that. We live in a liberal society, even in civil rights days. Plenty of people inherently understand unfairness. We do now, but I don't think we did, say, 50 to 100 years ago. All right. Let's get going. Isn't your country trying to MAID disabled people? I know, first, here's the thing. When it comes to MAID, despite all the jokes and memes and how ridiculous that program actually is, it isn't forced on people. Let me find. Yeah, YouTube gives the money to me for those ads. Here, let's see. $5. I made some videos in the MAID program already, Lady Columbia. Go check them out. TLDR, MAID is Canada's legal euthanasia program for people who are suffering. And it comes from a moral place. You know, you have like an old person who's suffering, they're going to die, it's going to be a painful death. All they can do is wait and be in pain. You know, why not euthanize them? With their consent, obviously, right? That's how it started. I think anybody who's moral can kind of get behind that, right? However, the MAID program is rapidly expanding to include people who aren't old, include people who aren't chronically ill. Like the way that the next iteration of the law is written is that teenagers can get MAID if they feel depressed. So if your teenage son or teenage daughter has depression because they're teenagers and they're in high school and it sucks and there's hormones and they feel it's bad enough, they can have the government allow them to kill themselves legally. It's fucking ridiculous how it's gone. $5 from Alejandro Garcia. Thank you. Came back from Mexico a week ago. Communism is becoming an issue, and there's a rise of National Socialism that is becoming acceptable because it's left. Not surprised, dude. Not surprised. $2 from Wilson. That was a joke, Dev. Okay, I know. Okay. Oh yeah. MAID also includes financial distress. If you feel like you're so poor you'll never get out of it, you can apply to be killed by the government. It's so fucking ridiculous. Yeah. My mother is handicapped and gets disability. It isn't enough for her to pay rent. When she asked for more assistance, they offered her MAID. Yeah, see, here's the thing. On paper, per the law, the government cannot actually offer you MAID. You have to ask for it. The fact that we keep hearing stories of the government offering people MAID is fucking scary. Okay. Listen, my friends, let us... Hold on. Ah, fuck, I'm still stiff from sleeping for like a month. I've got a few videos I want to watch, and I've got a few. Glad to see you doing content again. I've been doing content this whole time, Blue. You got to watch it. Okay. Listen. What are we doing here? Oh, I guess I'll quickly announce. I think I'm doing Final Fantasy tomorrow on the gaming stream, so come by tomorrow night, okay? Come by tomorrow night. We're playing some Final Fantasy. I think. I have to confirm with Dave. I don't know. However, we're going to watch a couple videos. We're going to read a couple articles. It's going to be a good time. Okay? Oh, yes. That's my P.O. box currently on screen. I open packages on the stream. So, send me your packages to the P.O. box. It can be whatever you want. And you can send me a letter. You can send me a box of junk. I'll open it on stream, okay? Oh, and of course, we have a Minecraft server. And the Minecraft server IP will be displayed... Jesus. The Minecraft server IP will be displayed on screen while we read things. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There's the IP for the Minecraft server at the top of the screen. You feel like playing on there? Go ahead. I think I should be bringing back in the new maps, the legacy maps sometime this summer, I think. Okay. We're watching this video real quick. It's from this tiny channel, only 11 subs. Twitch streamer strangles girlfriend. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't turn on the audio. Here we go. Let's listen. Oh, $5 from Bon Voyage. Thank you. This whole maid situation sounds like the plot of Purge. How do we deal with the poor? Just kill them, but less fun and just browbeat them into it. Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy. All right.
Claw on Twitch, also known as Alex Green, was taken into custody on May 23rd for allegedly strangling his girlfriend Meg 7th.
What?
Alex was the head producer of the Austin Meg 7th.
Assault, bodily energy, family member, misdemeanor. Oh, I guess he didn't kill her. She wasn't strangled to death. Okay. Jesus.
For allegedly strangling his girlfriend Meg 7th. Alex was the head producer of the Austin show, but after getting fired, he resorted to alcoholism and debauchery, allegedly.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate this. It's just a pandering fucking show, dude. It's not interesting or fun. There's no drama. There's no tension. They're just pandering. That's not either.
Drama.
Rajler in itself is still technically my concept, I guess, but it's just basically what when I sold it to Raj, I said, "Do you see what I did with Soda Poppin' stream?" Soda Poppin's my Greek and Soda Poppin' stream that I produced got 60,000 viewers. I just threw 6 girls at them, and I was like, "Go for it." Just talk to them, ask them questions, like have fun with it. You're gonna have a good time. That's all you need to have a successful stream. Big streamers talking to girls. How much did the millionaires Greek and...
That's probably kind of true, right? Like, if you want to have a stream blow up on Twitch, get some decent names that are already pretty big, get some hot girls, put them in a room. That is basically how the Red Pill space blew up, you know? Streamers talking to hot girls, just random bimbos hanging around. Like, I enjoy streaming the gaming stuff, despite it getting no views. But, like, if maybe doing something like this would get me views, but I don't want to do it, you know? I like hanging around with my friends and playing video games. I don't want to be part of this fucking LA-ass bullshit. Jesus.
Soda pay you $0. And I got 0 exposure.
On May 21st, during a Destiny podcast named Kick or Keep, which mimics one of Alex's former shows, The Raj Royale, this alleged strangling took place. While live on air on the controversial streaming platform Kick.com,
on air?
Claw on Twitch suddenly rushed away and left for 15 whole minutes before disconnecting his webcam.
Live streaming specifically. I want to start with Grace.
Claw puts up his finger. And he leaves. He mutes and leaves.
Every 10 fucking seconds, even though this guy sat silently for the past 20 minutes and didn't say anything of value. Who left?
I said more than worship, Logan, and I mean, Claw and Crit. Did
Who
they just
just
leave?
left?
Did they just leave?
Wait, is it
just left?
Claw? Did Claw leave?
Well, no, well, that means he's literally been gone for like 20 minutes. How the fuck is he in?
Yeah, he was
Wait,
muted
who's in
too.
AFK? I don't even see him in AFK. What are you talking about?
He's been gone for 20
Why do you
minutes,
seem
and he
to
was
have
strangling the
such a
girl at that
problem
point?
with Claw?
Oh
I
shit.
don't know. I don't know. I guess
Why do we do this? Why the fuck is Claw gone? Is he gone for good or what?
No, he said he had to take a shit.
his girlfriend.
20-minute
I
shit?
was hoping to see that soon. It used to be my girlfriend. I miss her so much, man. That's what I'm doing this show for, to win her back.
What? So you're telling me the entire issues with between you and him is because of the girl?
No, the issues with us are because all three of us across the board are very mentally unwell. Just totally unstable.
An unnamed source close to the perpetrator, Alex Green, has told me this. When Claw went on Destiny's podcast last May and Clint, Megan's former boyfriend, made fun of Claw, he left the room mid-podcast and we didn't know why. With Cam still on, he evidently went out and brutally strangled Meg unconscious, so
Oh my
their
God.
scared roommate called the police and he was arrested for serial domestic violence.
Holy shit, dude.
Although this is not Alex's first instance with domestic battery, this is secretly recorded audio taken from Alex's room allegedly abusing Megan. I will now play this audio, but be aware viewer discretion is advised.
Oh my God.
I don't know why she won't just break up with me. I've literally offered to break up with her like every single time she's done this, just to like, she's never once like cared about me. She never once thought I was attractive. She's never once actually thought I was interesting or cool. She gets incredibly mad when other women find me attractive or cool because it like makes her feel like she's wrong about me. So she has this like weird fucked up
Jesus.
mentality for it. So she's constantly looking.
Now you're lying. Now you're lying.
Get the fuck clean it! Clean it! Clean it! Clean it! Clean it! She's not recording! She's not recording! Stay on the recording! You did! You did! You did! You did! You did! What are you doing? Rap me again? Shut the fuck up! You recorded!
Oh my God.
Video, Megan! You sat there! Shut it up! Put your
Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay. This is actually pretty dark. I'm sorry for laughing. But did he seriously just do like a subscribe to the channel thing in the middle of this girl getting the shit kicked out of her in the background? Hold on. Like, listen to this.
She's not recording! Stay on the recording! You did! You did! You did!
Like, this is terrifying.
You
This is
did!
horrible.
You did! What are you doing? Rap me again? Shut the fuck up! You recorded! I saw the video, Megan! You sat there!
Subscribe. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Call the cops, Megan. Don't care. Who cares? Tell them that it was me. Let me go to jail. I will succeed in there because it's a structured system that makes sense, and there's no goddamn bitches like you.
What are your
Holy
thoughts
fuck.
on this?
Holy
Alex Green's
fuck.
trial will begin in early August, and a podcast discussing these details will be held on the 2nd of July at kick.com/YasTV.
Okay.
Follow, keep up.
Okay, hold on.
Jail, I
Wait.
will succeed in there because it's a structured system.
Okay. The state of Texas versus Alex Jeffrey. Damn, dude. He pled not guilty. Oh my God. So, what it sounds like is that like he's very insecure about her not liking him. He's saying a bunch of shit. She walked in while he was like recording something, and he just started beating the shit out of her for interrupting his trying to make YouTube videos for the business. Like, wow. And then after he did it, he's like, I don't care, call the police. I don't give a shit. Oh my God. I can fix him, LOL. Miss Sparkles, don't do it. No, somebody else leaked this audio. Like, this is actually fucked. I guess this is actually fucked. No, it wasn't during the same 20-minute stream. It was a different time. It's a different incident. Your Honor, I was in the Sigma grind set. Did he make bail? Order imposing conditions of bond. Maybe he made bail. Oh, this is brutal, man. I don't know if this guy is one of those LA streamers who moved to the West Coast to try and pursue the next big step in his streaming career. I don't get it, man. Like, maybe because I'm older, you know? I'm in my 30s now. I'm a little bit older, certainly more out of shape. I come from an older era of the internet where streaming was all about, you know, video games. YouTube was primarily about video games and anime. You know, you have streamers and all they do is they'll go live and they'll just hang out with other people and talk about drama. And I know it gets more clicks than me, but who the fuck likes that, you know? Now, hold on. You get guys like Chud Logic, for example. Like, so you can see, Chud's also streaming right now, too. But you get guys like Chud Logic. He reacts to drama. He laughs at drama. He does like a comedy show, right? But who actually wants to watch the streamers who are in the middle of the drama, who are doing the drama? Like, how does this stuff get views on the internet? I don't understand. Am I just an old man? Letting normies have access to the internet was a mistake. Yeah, man. Like, say what you want about video game streamers, but at least they're playing a game. Not like watching Ralph. Okay, hold on. Ralph is kind of unique because Ralph's entire life has been like one slow motion train wreck for the past decade. Coffee, guys. Coffee always helps.
This is secretly recorded audio.
I've literally offered to break up with her like every single time she's done this, just to like.
Offered to just break up with her, dude. Be a man.
She's never once like up mentality for it. She's constantly looking.
See, she comes in. She comes in. She says, "Now you're lying about me." He gets up and just starts beating her.
Get the fuck clean it! She's not recording!
Fuck, dude. Am I gonna cover the Ice Poseidon drama? Didn't Ice Poseidon just like get into? Ice Poseidon went to Thailand and he started like stripping or something in a private room, and then he got arrested by the cops. That's all it is, right? Okay. Fuck, this is brutal. All right. What's next? Transgender screams at Muslim woman to remove her hijab and gets beat up by other Muslims. That's right. The LGBT versus Muslim war has kicked off. Hey! What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Like, why would you go after a Muslim woman's hijab? I mean, this is a liberal society. You can choose to wear a hijab or not here. Fucking hell. Sounds like, yeah, it does sound like Germany, yeah. It sounds like Germany. All right. Oh, and finally, listen. Oh, $5 from Sean King. Men who beat women in prison are second from the bottom and don't last long in general population. Yeah, I've heard that too. Okay, finally, $2. Cartoons versus ISIS cult. Whoever wins, we lose. All right. So, when I talked about the leaked Trump audio that was in the indictment last week on the Tubcast, some of you guys said you wouldn't believe it until you heard the audio. All right? Well, the audio is now out. Let's listen to it, okay? Here we go.
Bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
Well, it started right at the
like
beginning.
when Millie's talking about, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in. That's right. Trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked at some. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Look at that.
Yeah.
I just found. Isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time,
she'd send it. No, she'd send it to Anthony Weiner, the pervert. By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying because we were talking about it, and he said he wanted to attack Iran and what. These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably. Right?
Trump.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
declassify.
Figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified.
Now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting? It's so cool. I mean, it's so. We heard I have. You probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
it's incredible, right?
No,
hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
Bring some Cokes in. Bring in the Cokes. Oh, Chud Logic. Hey, Chudders. What's going on? Thanks for the raid, Chud. All right, now listen. Here's. Okay. Hold on, can I find it here?
Yeah, now we have a problem.
It's to me.
Yeah.
I think we can.
Okay. Yeah, this was done by the military and given to me. I think we can probably.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to
see.
Try to.
He says.
Figure out a.
He says, "See, as president, I could have declassified it. Right? I could have declassified it.
Yeah. See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't.
Now I can't declassify it. So this is Trump admitting that the papers are still classified and that it's still a secret and he could have declassified it. So like, there are people who are saying that like Trump declassified the documents. He declassified. Here's Trump's own fucking words, right? Here's Trump's coming out of his own mouth. Saying, yeah, I've got these classified documents, the ones that the FBI asked me for, and I didn't give them back. And I know that they're classified, and I know that I didn't declassify them. Here, do you want to see them? Like, no, it's attacked. He's not allowed to have classified documents anymore because he lost 2020. All right. So, did he leak it? Yeah, when he showed these people in the room, that's considered leaking. That's considered leaking legally. So, like, this will be what they use to finally get Trump on an actual charge. You know, the Russia collusion bullshit that was all kind of trumped up. You know, he 2016 was a Russia hack job. That was all fake, right? The fuck, what else was there? Oh yeah, The incitement for January 6th, that's not going to go through. The tampering with Georgia, that's not going to go through. But the Mar-a-Lago documents, they have him caught in 4 fucking K, dead to rights. Like, okay, this, I don't know if you guys understand how important this is. This tape shows mens rea. All right? They didn't have mens rea with Hillary because they didn't have a private recording of her saying, LOL, yeah, I know that I use my server for retarded bullshit, leaking classified documents. I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't care. LOL. You want to take a look at it? They didn't have Hillary do that. Like, when Hillary was on the stand and said that dumb fuck nonsense, like, did you wipe your server, Hillary? And she's like, what, with a cloth? Like, it sounded stupid, right? Of course. But that was her playing dumb because that's what you have to do. They didn't get Hillary with mens rea, which is why she walked away from that case. Because they didn't have a recording like this. All right? This is just audio. This will be used to prove that Trump knew that he had classified documents that he shouldn't have had. And he, like, look at that. Early in the tape, he's like, where is it? Hold on. Early in the tape, he's like, isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. This is Department of Defense. Hold on, where is it? Isn't he say at some point, this is really cool? Like, he's literally just doing it for clout. Yeah, this is amazing. Like, he's just, he's showing off. It's so ridiculous. He's showing off, like, classified documents to people for clout. Like, he's a fucking internet clout shark. No. Hold on. Infamy or death. Dev, they had files on her server. They didn't need a tape. Yes, they did. All right? Because you have to prove that she intentionally did it and it wasn't just a mistake. The intentionality is written into the law. Like, making a mistake means that it's generally fine, right? However, if you intentionally wave something around, that's why. That's why you need Hillary saying that she knew what she was doing. That's why when Trump in this audio says he knows what he's doing, it is fucking damning. All right? Cope and seed? What are you talking about? $10, Emperor Creatine. Dev, this document the recording is about is concerning a document that Trump's not being charged for. And again, every single regulation about classified info is for everyone but the president. He's not the president anymore, Emperor Creatine. That's the point. And in fact, in this video, he makes it very clear that when he was the president, he did not declassify. Right, so let's see here. Where is it? He says, as president, I could have declassified it. And he didn't. That's the point, right? Now, that being said, Emperor Creatine, even if this recording is about a document that Trump's not being charged for, it's still going to be used because it shows that Trump knows he has multiple documents that he knows that he shouldn't have. And he knows that he's keeping them. And he's handing them around in private, right? That's what they're going to use. This will be used as proof of that. Because he even says at the start, he says, look at all these papers. All the papers are shuffling. Look at all the stuff I have. Yeah. Let's see here. What is everyone coping about in the chat this time? He's still not charged for it. Doesn't matter because he's not charged for it. Zero fucks. He absolutely is charged for retaining documents he should not have retained and knowingly doing so. Read your DMs, Fatty. This has already been disproven. I have like 250 fucking DMs from you, Apples. I'll do it later. Wait. Dev, he still holds these powers as an ex-president. He can claim these were for his records and there's jack all the... No, he doesn't. He doesn't hold the powers to declassify as an ex-president. Ex-presidents cannot declassify documents. Zero fucks. I read the charges on the last stream. and like 36 of them or some bullshit were related to retaining documents. Do you want me to do it again? Oh my God. No, it doesn't matter if it's not this specific document. That doesn't matter. What matters is that this recording shows that Trump knows he has documents that he shouldn't have. Because while this recording was made back in like mid 2021, at this point, Trump was publicly telling the FBI, I have no more documents. This is proof of Trump lying. That's what they're going to use. The recording will pre-cook the jury. Oh my God, it's not pre-cooking, it's evidence. If they're for his personal records, he doesn't have to declassify them. They're automatically declassified. I don't think they are, Emperor Creatine. I don't think they are for his personal records. And I don't think they're automatically declassified. You know what? I guess it's something that the courts will figure out. Dev, I'm so gonna give shit to you on about this later because you're wrong on this one. See you on the gaming stream. Wait, are you leaving Apple's Ghost? Are you leaving? I don't think. Great argument. Okay, I'll be more direct than Zatak, because I'm simply being polite here. I'm right. There. How's that? The Weekly Spurg. They're automatically declassified. If you think they're automatically declassified, I think you're just coping at this point. That's just cope. All right. There we go. As president, I could have declassified it. That's going to be what buries Trump. That's what's going to happen. And frankly, he will have deserved it. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, here we go. The mother of the year. U.S. teen discovers that a cyberbully was her own mom. Oh my God. Imagine cyberbullying your own child, guys. Let's see here. A teenage girl who suffered from cyberbullying discovered that the anonymous troll behind hate messages she received over the past year was her own mother. Oh my God. We heard that during the Pick and Me take. Hey, you know what? I ended up being right about that too, so. In a different way, to be honest. But still, at the end of the day, if you simp for VTubers, that's just as bad as simping for e-girls. Glamour Gear, thanks for joining the $5 club. Thank you. You still need to read the City Journal article I sent you. Thanks, man. Okay. So, Kendra Gale Licari from Michigan abused her daughter online, using juvenile slang to keep herself from being identified. She was arrested last month after a year-long investigation to which FBI experts were called in to help search for the bully. Coffee. Good. Coffee's all over, though. Oh my God, Atomic Hedgehog. Jesus fucking Christ, that's some cope right there. Dev just won't address it. Like, he won't address everyone pointing out the truth. He's cherry-picking unrelated comments. I want to move on with the fucking stream. I don't want to sit here and spurg out with you for the next 16 fucking hours, all right? I'm moving on. Jesus. Okay. All right. Even though Licari used a VPN to disguise the source of the messages and spiced up her messages with juvenile slang to make them look like they were written by a boy or girl, detectives were eventually able to connect messages to Licari. After the victim turned to her mother for help, she allegedly reported the bullying to authorities. She even went so far as to cooperate with the mother of her daughter's boyfriend at the time to help find the cyberbully, who sent the poor girl up to 12 messages a day. Initially, school authorities could not help, and local law enforcement did not have the resources to track down the culprit. Thanks to the $2, Antelope. Thank you. Isabella County prosecutor David Barbary told local radio station, "When the case first came to our office, it was strange and almost unbelievable." He added that this is a continuous campaign of abuse. We are talking about several hundred text messages. There are more than 1,000 pages of text in the file. The messages were mostly disturbing, humiliating, and mean. However, after computer experts from the FBI identified that the messages came from Licari's phone, she broke down under investigation and confessed to the bullying spree against her daughter. Why? She was a basketball coach at her daughter's school at the time of her actions. Using a computer to commit a felony in the U.S., the potential sentence of about 10 years in prison. She was charged with stalking a minor and obstructing justice. Why would you do this? Why do you bully your own child? Like, what the fuck? $5. C. Thomas. You don't get to take away my VTubers. Only those funny little schizo meds can do that. Thank you very much, good sir. Yeah, like, this is wild, man. This is wild. Why would you fucking do this to your own kid? Fondue, $5. Didn't think you were gonna read that one aloud. Just messing around. Oh man, I'm all out of coffee. Thanks for the $5, guys. How can a legal parent be charged with stalking her own kid? Because she pretended to be another kid and fucking bullied them. Like, what is this retardation? Okay, hold on. She wanted to feel young again. 2/3 of the U.S. disapproves of Biden on economy and immigration. Oof. An overwhelming majority of Americans disapprove of how President Biden is handling economic and immigration issues, though most Democrats still support the 80-year-old commander-in-chief. An Associated Press poll released Monday found 66% of Americans disapprove of Biden's stewardship of the economy, including 38% of Democrats and 94% of Republicans. Just 33% of those polled approve of the president's economic decisions, with 61% of Democrats and 6% of Republicans in support. Biden has fared even worse on his handling of immigration. At the same time, the poll also found that 75% of Democrats approved of Biden's job performance, while only 5% of Republicans said the same. Among all U.S. adults, the president received a 40% approval rating. Biden has overseen record-breaking inflation numbers and an all-time high number of border crossings. Yep. Okay. There we go. Regardless of whatever Biden has done or not done, he is not. The approval is kind of shit, isn't it? Yeah. They're jumping shift to RFK Jr. RFK Jr. has like that weird, like really fucking weird voice. No, I think Biden's gonna be nominated. He might be too old to do it though. Like he's fucking old, dude. But I think he'll be nominated. Yeah. Oh, man. I still think ultimately that it's going to be Ron DeSantis on the right, though. It's not going to be Trump. If anything, because Trump will be in a fucking jail cell. Man seen in photo at a violent Charlottesville rally has killed himself. So this guy, the face of Charlottesville holding the tiki torch, you know, back in, 2017? He's dead now. He died by suicide. A man who was photographed marching the violent Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 killed himself, according to a coroner's report. Just as he was scheduled to face trial on federal drug charges. Teddy Joseph Von Newcomb, what a fucking name. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound on January 30th, according to a report from the Texas County Coroner's Office. That is the same day that Von Newcomb was scheduled to be in court in Arizona. facing 4 counts related to the illegal import and sale of fentanyl. Oh my God. He was seen in 2 famous photos of the alt-right rally wearing a black shirt and a large group of men chanting and holding tiki torches. He told the newspaper he did not consider himself a white supremacist or a neo-Nazi, but he would not counter-signal against them. He failed to show up to court on January 30th with the jury in his drug trial already seated. 10 days later, the prosecutors filed a motion to dismiss the case as the defendant is deceased. Damn. Rightoids claim he was framed by Hillary. Yeah, nuke 'em. Balls of steel. Fucking hell, dude. Let's see here. Thanks for the supers, guys. $10 from Anatole. Thank you. I'd take Trump over any progressive any day, but personally I'm sick of Trump and would vote for any other conservative. I'm so sick of his bullshit. Also, no one calls newspapers documents, LMAO. I know what you mean, dude. Was he going on trial to sell to George Floyd? Duke Nukem's fentanyl selling son? Yeah, guys, he caused the Summer of Love 2020. Tears of the Kingdom would be much better without the combat. Fucking game journos, dude. Whether you love, hate, or are fairly indifferent to Zelda, you'll no doubt have seen hundreds of clips circulating on social media since the game launched. Tears of the Kingdom is a game where you really can do anything, and the variety of clips highlights that. Whether players are coming up with bizarre ways to punish Koroks, constructing creative solutions to all of their problems, or just thirsting over characters, whatever you want Tears of the Kingdom to be, it is. And I'm not complaining. If anything, we need more pure positing. But I don't think I've seen a single clip of the combat, and that tells you everything you need to know. I'm not against violence in video games. Talks about like Red Dead Redemption, Resident Evil, Dead Rising, Mortal Kombat. I just think the combat derails the Zelda experience far too often. Now, this person admits that they didn't like Breath of the Wild, and they don't like Tears of the Kingdom. It's too empty. I've been given a few points on the map, so off I go, but I'm frequently attacked by the same dull enemies over and over, spoiling everything. While a couple have been bigger creatures designed to scare you away from areas you can't go yet, most are just irritating. You defeat them easily enough, but break your weapons and your flow in the process, then do it again and again and again. Everyone loves Tears of the Kingdom. Clearly, the Zelda team can design a better video game than I can. Maybe without combat, the world would feel too empty. Link would seem less heroic. The threats to the kingdom less powerful. It's just a shame that even as someone who doesn't get Tears of the Kingdom's magic, I can see the spectacular world design that pulls players in. And combat feels like an unnecessary addition. After all, there are natural boundaries that can gate your progress. Rivers you can't cross, cliffs you can't climb, environmental hazards you can't survive. These are all far more effective ways of pushing players away from the wrong areas and into the right ones. With bokoblins, they're often just a nuisance. Like, what the fuck, dude? Yep. The combat just stinks, guys. Fighting instantly puts me off. Like, it seems like, okay, this is like when people are saying, man, I love Elden Ring, but it's just too hard. Can you just make Elden Ring easier? Like, the game's not for you then, is it? Well, I don't know if you're playing the games, Dragonfat, but Tears of the Kingdom, it feels more populated than Breath of the Wild did. Oh my god. It feels more populated because it is more populated. Like, Civilization's coming back finally, you know? Thanks for the supers, guys. Let's see. $8, Tricky Mario. Your video on that rally was great. Showed it to my African-American friend online. She found it interesting. Oh god, my 2017 Unite the Right rally video. I might change a few I'm not going to change anything. If I did it today, I would change things, I think. I was probably not hard enough on the rioters, from what I remember. $2. C. Thomas. Game journals just untalented blogger hacks. Yeah, I know. $5. Emperor Creatine. Game journos haven't been bullied enough. Clearly, we need to launch Gamergate 2.0. Hold on. Just wear the Majora's Mask. Yeah, honestly, there's way too many fucking... Like, there should be hotkeys or something to make fusing things to arrows easier. That part of the game fucking sucks. $5. Stigma of the Rose. Thank you. Need to donate just to mock how Dev said Bokoblins. Their name is based on the word goblin. Boko Goblin. Yeah, I know. Give me a second here. All right. I think I finally found the thing that makes me unsub. The glee in your voice when you said Trump will be in prison. Ha ha. Yeah? And? Hit the unsub button, buddy. Keep coping about it. Here's the thing. Whenever someone gets slapped down, whether they're left-leaning or right-leaning, I'm going to have a good fucking laugh about it, all right? That's how it is. If you think that your specific ideology or your beloved politician, your favorite dude, that he's immune from the rules, fuck you. Everyone gets laughed at. Dev would have the same glee for Biden? Yes. If something came out and they're like, oh my God, we finally found the concrete proof against Biden. We have to remove him from office because of the Burisma shit. I'd be like, haha, yes. Laugh. Right? I already unsubbed 7 times. The one criticism that can be levied at the new Legend of Zelda games is that dog water durability mechanic. Lammer Gear, they basically fixed that in Tears of the Kingdom. The fusible thing, where you can fuse weapons to other weapons, or you can fuse monster parts to weapons, that basically fixed the problem, in my opinion. Oh, fuck. Do you still collect money from Patreon? I do, and you can actually get yourself into the D Club in Patreon as well. The issue is that ever since they kicked Sargon off Patreon back in 2018 or 2019, I don't post there anymore. I just leave it up. I don't like Patreon as a service, but I do have it open for those who want to use it. My main donation service is Subscribestar. But yeah, Patreon's around, yes. Godlike Snake, $10. There is not enough new enemies in Tears of the Kingdom. It's lame. They didn't add anything new as hard as Lionel and... Hold on. Anything as new as hard as a Lionel, and the Hands and Gleeox have very easy cheese methods. Well, so do Lionel's. Honestly, the entire game is just cheese mechanics. Once you know what to do, you know? I find... I've been trying to fight Gleeox without rocket shields, and that's still reasonably hard. You know? $5, Jasso Havens. Dev is probably subconsciously happy that there's an end to the endless Trump conversation. Also, Dev never read my other super chat. I didn't see it, dude. I'm sorry, but thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much. Oh, the famous barista game. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to pull a total biscuit. I obviously care about people who unsub. But I'm not going to compromise any of my values to keep viewers around. I'm going to say what I think is the truth. Whether or not it's popular. Simple as. And you know what? It's going to be fucking hilarious to see Trump running from prison, bitches! Ha 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 ha! Viking Kiwi, thanks for joining the D Club. I'm right and you're wrong. Get wrecked by my logic, son. I don't know what I'm right about. All I need to know is that I'm right. All right, let's continue on. Oh yeah. Forspoken star Ella Balinska on new video game projects. I'm going back to Resident Evil. The British actress, who starred in 2022's Resident Evil Netflix series, is now taking on the role of Shiva Alomar for the Resident Evil 5 remake set in Africa. So, she played like a relative of Wesker's in that terrible Resident Evil TV show. And she was also the model behind the Forspoken person. This one? I just move shit with my freaking mind. Well, guess what? She's going to be the black chick in Resident Evil 5. Remember? Okay. There was actually a big deal. I don't know if you guys remember. Resident Evil 5 was an early 360 title, all right, back in the late 2000s. And basically what happened with Resident Evil 5 is that it came out, and progressive game journalists at the time, even back then, they were screaming about how racist it was because the majority of the zombies were black. Because it was a zombie story set in Africa. So, of course, the majority of the zombies would be black. But they were screaming about how it's racist. However, this was back before the progressive subversion of everything. So everyone shat on the progressives for like saying, you're obviously fucking stupid. Of course, it makes complete sense that the zombies in Africa are going to be black. Stop being retarded. The progressives just lost that conversation. However, because of the racial aspect of Resident Evil 5, we've really been going back and forth on whether or not it's ever going to get a remake like 2, 3, and 4. Because, I mean, there's the actress, and here is the character of Shiva. Why'd you put Chris's face in Shiva's boobs? Okay. Here's the character of Shiva. And it's like, in the modern day, progressive infested era, are you really going to make this and put this in a video game? I hope they do. I hope they do. $5 from Anatolope. Are you going to talk about the Ram Ranch Resistance in your trucker video? Yes, I am. Whenever it comes out. Whenever it fucking comes out. $5 from Olakolola. Thank you. 90% of politicians belong on the gallows. Jesus. Return to righteous kings. Not really, but an American Caesar might be what we need. I don't know about that, dude. Jesus. $10, Holtzner. Thank you. You don't seem like someone who is particularly prone to anger and violence. Personally, if someone who hated me because of my race messed with IP as I'd liked, I'd prefer they left this plane of existence. I'm pretty chill, yeah. Oh my god. Dude. Guard Galaxy is like, she's really beautiful for a black lady. Listen. How many of you in the chat would you get with this chick? Because she's pretty fucking hot. All right? You played the hell out of 5. I bought everything I could for it. I played when my baby napped. Wait, Miss Sparkles. If you had kids back when Resident Evil 5 came out, your kids have to be in their teen years by now, right? Yeah, she's a cutie, dude. Absolutely. I would gladly abandon my 4chan roots and race mix the fuck out of this. I'd colonize, yeah. All right, let's keep going. What the fuck is this? Vice? Okay. Man legally changed gender to gain custody of his kids. Trans groups are concerned. The legal change is an attempt to gain full custody of his daughters because Ecuadorian law favors mothers in custody battles. A cisgender man in Ecuador legally changed his gender to female in an attempt to gain custody of his 2 daughters. LGBTQ groups are concerned about the man's use of a law designed to promote transgender rights and what effect it could have in the future. What the fuck? Progressive metagaming. $2. Would prefer to hit with a hammer. What the fuck, Holtz? Jesus. All right. So, Renee Solanas Ramos, 47 years old, told local media that the change was not related to his sexuality or his identity, but rather that the Ecuadorian legal system gives preferable rights to mothers over fathers when it comes to the custody of children. The laws say that the one who has the right is the woman. As of this moment, I am female. Now that I'm also a mom, that's how I consider myself. I'm very sure of my sexuality. What I have sought is that I want to be a mother, so I can also give the love and protection of a mother. Being a father in Ecuador is punished, and I'm only seen as a provider. But the man's legal change from male to female has surprised and concerned LGBTQ activists who fought to have Ecuadorian laws changed in 2015 to allow for the change of gender. This man's private matter to obtain custody of his daughters isn't the spirit of the law. Well, guess what? Transgender women are moms too, bigot. That's how it is. This is the world you've created. Damn, dude. Hold on. Is there anything more to this? No, they're just repeating the story again. Okay, fuck it. That's funny, though. That's funny. Here's our headliner, guys. LOTR Gollum developer stops internal game development and is now a publisher. So I played this game on stream. I know Mahler played through it. Jay Longbone played it and quit after like 2 hours. She couldn't finish it. All right. Gollum might be the worst game to come out this year. It is unfinished, right? It is non-functional to the level of Sonic 06. All right. German developer Daedalic Entertainment is shutting down their internal game development teams following the troubled release of The Lord of the Rings Gollum. Yeah. So, Daedalic, I think, also did Barrow Trauma, which is actually a really good game. However, Daedalic has been publishing games. They've been publishing like other games, other companies' games, but the development of their own games, now that's a different story, right? So, oh, shut up. So, yeah. Because they finally made a game, Lord of the Rings Gollum, it sucked so fucking hard that they're closing their own development studio. Grow baby in the sack. Thanks to the $2, dude. Oh yeah, this game is fucking terrible. So, of the company's 90-plus employees, 25 of their staff will be laid off, though they will assist in helping them find new positions elsewhere. That's unfortunate. So, hold on. As a part of the restructuring, another Lord of the Rings game the company has been in the works since 2022 has been cancelled. Their next release, Surviving Deponia, is being made by an external developer, Atomic Torch Studio, so it's not affected by the layoffs. Yeah. So, if you want to watch a fucking slow motion train wreck, you can watch Dave and I play Gollum on our gaming channel. You can watch Mahler's EFAP on the topic, another great thing to watch. But yeah, Gollum was a fucking shit show, dude. Also from Niche Gamer, translator harassed over using trans in Goemon 3 English fan translation and has abandoned the project and translating. So this is a Super Nintendo, Goemon 3. It's being fan translated because it was never released in English. And because it was from the 90s, being a Super Nintendo game, they had different standards for things. So this character, this NPC says, "I'm actually a tranny. Should I tell my boyfriend the truth?" All right. A translator has abandoned 4 years of work on an English fan translation of Ganbare Goemon 3, with some fucking long-ass Japanese name, after abuse and harassment over translating the word trans. The late 80s to 90s Goemon video game series has not released most of its titles in the West. Out of 20 mainline games released to home or handheld consoles, only 5 have been officially released in the West, under the title Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon. one of those titles was included in the compilation Konami GB Collection Volume 3. So Ganbare Goemon 3 was released in 1994 for Super Famicom and later on the Wii and Wii U Virtual Console, but only in Japan. As such, some fans have relied on emulators and fan translations to enjoy these games. On January 25th, DDS Translation tweeted a new update to an emulator ROM file for Goemon 3, with an English fan translation. One Twitter user, Kurt... Hold on, can I just see these? One Twitter user, Kurt Kalata, a writer of Hardcore Gaming 101 and controller of their official Twitter account, took issue with the translation of one scene. So let's see here. Okay. The version 2 update to Goemon 3 is now available on romhacking.net. This should fix game over screens. Okay. So this guy here is translating this game. And then they get replied to by this. Trigger warning, transphobia. Is it too much to ask for right-wing fan translators to not stick slurs into their work? I booted up my Japanese copy to check, and it used new half, but it's still a shitty word to translate it as. Okay, listen. I'm going to give you some information. All right? So, in the 90s, saying tranny or she-male, those were considered not slurs in the 90s as a descriptor of trans women. They were just morally neutral. They were just neutral descriptors, right? There was no negative moral content in those words. They have negative moral content nowadays because of progressives. But back in the 90s, they were completely fine words, right? Now, in Japan, there's a term called new half, all right? Let me tell you what a new half is real quick. I think it comes from Gundam, actually. New half Gundam. No. Right. Okay. So, in Gundam, they had something called a new type. And a new type was like a genetically modified person. Because Gundam's like a sci-fi series. It's like a giant robots in space series. Okay, here we go. A new type is a person who has reached a new stage of human evolution in the Gundam universe. Basically, the human body evolved to adapt to life in space. They're sometimes called space noids, coordinators, innovators. They're basically they're considered to be the next evolution of humanity. They're called new types, basically. Okay. Yep, a new stage of human evolution. Right. So the Japanese, trans, trap, gender bendy, LGBT, proto-LGBT community adopted a variation of new type to refer to people who are trannies, who are she-males, who are trans women. And they took the phrase new type and just said new half. It was in Japanese, it's a very easy swap of a character to go from new type to new half. All right. And it's kind of funny because like the modern conception of a trans woman in Japan comes out of Gundam, which is actually really funny. It's actually really funny. So new half became slang for a trans woman back in the 80s and 90s, especially in anime and video games. Okay? And new half, when it was translated into English in the 80s and 90s, it was almost always translated as she-male. Again, remember, this is back in the day when these things were morally neutral. So, if you were translating a game from 1994 as if it was being released in 1994, you would accurately translate this line as, I'm actually a tranny, or I'm actually a she-male, because in Japanese it says, I'm actually a new half. All right? So, this is an accurate translation, especially to the era the game came out in. And then you have a progressive person who says, trigger warning, transphobia. Is it too much to ask for right-wing fan translators to not stick slurs into their work? So, I guess being right-wing means being fucking accurate now, right? Is that where we are? Is that the place that we're fucking at now? Yep, the original used the Japanese term new half. Yeah, new half is a slang is a slang for transgender woman, and Katala's tweet concedes it's an accurate translation, but it's still a shitty word. What matters is it's accurate, right? It's so dumb. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, God damn it. All right. The rest of the article is about trap and, stuff. Okay. So it turns out that after this tweet was made, this person decided to give up translating games altogether. He was bullied out of translating old obscure SNES games. Here's his post. My apologies to everyone. I needed some time to mull over this mess. This was posted. He deleted his entire Twitter account. He just posted this and deleted. I want to clarify that whatever scripts I've translated don't reflect who I am or what I believe. People are calling me a far-right extremist now? Me? These people know nothing about me. And the word that set off this whole mess? I didn't even know anybody considered it completely off limits. I thought it was just a silly abbreviation, a slightly taboo word, something only a little bit edgy, but well within the realm of a reasonable translation of the original Japanese line. Yes, the original Japanese line in the game is insensitive, but please don't think that having translated it in an insensitive way means that I'm somehow a hateful person, because I'm not. It crushed me to see the fallout of this. Anybody who has followed me for any amount of time knows that I wear my heart on my sleeve. I love all people and every single living thing on this planet. And I care about the games too. I started working on fan translations because I care. I just wanted to share these experiences with people. Seeing how all of this has turned out, it's really crushed me. If one single word that I didn't even know was so inexcusable caused this sort of an uproar, what other words are off limits without my knowing? To be honest, the very thought terrorizes me. The whole thing has crushed my passion for translating, video games, and even writing in general. I can't continue with it. Hold on. Wait a second here, guys. I see people in the chat saying, get bullied. People in the chat saying, he's a weakling. Weakness, weak, sucks, weak. Purge the heretics, cringe. Stand up for yourself. Weak, you got what you deserve. Purge the weak. Are you guys taking up my pick-a-me stance, my initial one? Where this guy did something innocuous, got bullied by progressives, and then quit the internet? And now you're all calling him weak for doing so? I'm glad to know that you actually agree with me. I'm glad to know that you actually agree with me deep down. That we're actually all on the same side here. And that if someone comes at you on the internet, the proper thing to do is to double down and say, no, fuck you, and carry on with what you were doing. It's okay, we're all on the same side in the end. Chat is in full pick-a-me dev mode. Now, you know what? I actually take back the pick-a-me was weak thing. That was unfair of me to say. She wasn't weak. She was a shrewd businesswoman who got a giant fat stack of cash from all of her simps. Good for her. Good for her. $10 from Holtzinator. This is nothing new. The Progs value optics and PC over merit and truth. You know this. Also, Progs can't make the T word a slur, but the right can't make cis a slur. Please clarify this position. The position is that tranny is a slur and cis is a slur, and that's why you should say it. Say all slurs all the time. $5, Holtzinator, thank you. I never thought your picking me stance was wrong, just like anyone who commits suicide is weak and deserves to die if they can't take it. Giga Chad. Like a $2. I was just making fun of you, Dev, but also lol. Okay, hold on. You can't turn around and say you were making fun of me now. I know it. No, this. You know what? There were too many people saying weak all at once. No, I do not buy that. Now that I've pointed it out, you're all gonna say, "Oh, we were just making fun of you, Dev. Oh, you just didn't get it." On no. I know what you were saying. I saw that initial reaction. I'm not fucking blind. $2. C. Thomas. Progressive activists ruin everything. Yeah, it's good that Pick Me came back. Yeah, obviously it's good that she came back, right? It's good she came back. I'm happy that the fucking harassers didn't win against her. But at the end of the day, like she ended up not being like a true long-term victim because she bounced back, she came back, she reinvented herself and she's making money. Good for her. The only real victim were the people who simped for her and said that it was a huge fucking travesty, and then gave her all their fucking money so she could like go away for a month and return. Like, well, the only victims at the end of the day were her simps' wallets. Okay, let's continue on. There's something a dead story. No, I'm right. Dev has been vindicated. Vindication. What's the next one? YouTuber scammer sentenced to prison after making $23 million in false royalties. Oh my God. Dude. I should be making some royalties. Okay. A scammer who made $23 million from claiming royalties from YouTube videos with copyrighted music has been sent to prison for 5 years. Jose Tehran has been sent to prison for nearly 6 years after he was found guilty of scamming YouTube out of millions in royalties. The scam, which lasted around 5 years, saw $23 million worth of royalties stolen from musicians and companies. 20 kroner from Kiwi, thank you. Did you just dead name Pikami? It's Henya now. Oh, sorry about the dead naming, dude. Dev did the Grinch smile when people type weak in the chat. I did, yes, because I knew it. Okay, all right. Tehran's scam focused mostly on the Latino market, which eventually saw over 50,000 songs being copyright claimed. During court hearings, the scam was detailed, including the fact Tehran hired 8 employees to search YouTube for unclaimed royalties. Tehran's company even partnered with another to create a layered facade. Creating a company, MediaMov, they would hunt for songs that hadn't been monetized and use YouTube's systems to secure the cash. This abuse of YouTube systems is quite common for people faking DMCAs, but has a secret nefarious underbelly of people also making money off of it. MediaMov would gain access and become rights holder in YouTube's eyes, and any funds would make their way to them. However, Tehran and MediaMov were far more boisterous than their counterparts. Rather than claiming on a particular video, they'd go for the throat by claiming 100% of royalties for master recordings or publishings. Wow. Due to not having access to YouTube's monitoring systems, companies affected by the scam had no idea it was happening. It's fucking wild. So, apparently he's now going to jail for it. Rip. I have noticed that, like, whenever I use a song in a video, it's often not the original owner, but some like holding company that claims it. And most of the time when I claim the video back, they just release it. So I think these people, these scams they just mass claim everything they can, and they just hope people won't notice. And now I notice, so I always counterclaim it, but they hope people won't notice. I saw, okay, there was a rapper who used samples of Mario Bros. Sound effects in one of his music tracks, And I saw him claiming Mario Brothers game footage because it had the sound effect in the game that he used in his, and like, it was ridiculous. Lieutenant Havoc, thanks for joining the $5 club. Have you considered that people instead convinced Pick-a-Me to return with our support? I don't even care if it's Cope. I like the story. I don't think so. I actually here's my tinfoil hat take on Pick-a-Me. I think when she said she was making a new model, like back before she quit, that was the Henya model, and this was always planned. And I think she just used this as like a way to get a final bag on her way out the door. Ted Comet, $5. Have you heard of the Greater Idaho Movement? 2/3 of Oregon voted to join Idaho. I've seen that. Ted Comet, but it's not going to happen, to be honest. It's not going to happen. I've seen it, though. Cloaca, $5. The weak thing is an in-joke at this point. Wasn't too on board at first with you on Pick-a-Me, but I get where you're coming from. Phrasing was bad. Yeah, it was bad phrasing. Yep, you're right. Can't deny that. Thank you for $5. I very appreciate it. David Starkey. Historian apologizes for clumsy slavery comments. Oh no. Were his comments as bad as mine in some things? Let's see. David Starkey has said using comments denounced as racist during a discussion about slavery were a bad mistake, and he was very sorry. Let's see. What did he say? All right. He apologized unreservedly for the offense for his deplorably inflammatory words had caused, saying that he had spoken with awful clumsiness. The academic and author told an online show that slavery was not a genocide, as so many damn blacks had survived. His comments were widely condemned and saw him lose several university posts. So he had paid a heavy price for one offensive word with the loss of every distinction and honor acquired in a long career. When he said, so many damn blacks, it was intended to emphasize, in hindsight with awful clumsiness, the numbers who survived the horrors of the slave trade. Instead, it came across as a term of racial abuse. This is an oops, isn't it? This is a pretty big oopsie. He said, Starkey said that slavery was not genocide because otherwise there wouldn't be so many damn blacks in Africa or Britain, would there? An awful lot of them survived. That's really good, dude. That's so fucking funny. Hold on. Resta Zero, $5. Dev, what do you have to say to the allegations of Check's notes skipping the past few weekly sips to tend to the meat of Naomi? Fuck you. God damn it. I was doing E3. Dev say safe. Is it facade or facade? What is it? Thanks, Anna, for the $2. I think it's facade. $5. Adherent to Lady Columbia. Jesus, as YouTube gets older, the new generations of content creators seem like freaks that no one should even date. Even their partners seem debased. You know what it is? It's because they leave high school and then they enter into the YouTube sphere where high school just continues with the same fucking drama. And then they move to LA where like all the most drama hoary people of every Midwestern high school who ends up making it as a streamer, they all move into one location and they just be drama whores together and it like fucking cancers up. It's ridiculous. Let's continue on. Giant kites could pull cargo ships across the ocean and slash carbon emissions. So you mean a sail? You guys have reinvented the fucking sail. You may have seen kite surfers in action, harnessing the power of the wind to pull them over the sea. Now imagine the same concept applied to a 1,000 square meter kite, flying 300 meters above the water. Only instead of towing a surfer across the waves, it's helping to propel a colossal cargo ship across the ocean. That's the basic idea behind Seawing, a technology being developed by the French company Airseas, which says it could help cargo ships reduce their fuel consumption. It's just a sail, dude. It's a fucking sail. Sea shanties are coming back. We're returning. Two engineers at the French aerospace company Airbus came up with the idea in 2016, launching Air Seas to further develop technology. After years of research, they are currently testing the kite on a cargo ship traveling between France and the US. Powered predominantly by fossil fuels, the shipping industry accounts for around 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions. You sent a relevant to my DMs. Okay. Let's see, what do you got, Dragon? Huh. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah. Alternative fuels like green ammonia are in development, but they're expensive. They can't deploy them at scale. We're using the wind. Look at that. There's no way this tiny fucking kite pulls this whole ass ship. I don't believe it. We can finally live our childhood dreams. Companies should leave the sailing industry and become marketers. That's amazing. Thanks, Holtznader. Fixed sails are more efficient than kites. Thanks, C. Thomas. Like, you know what you could do? You could literally just have a regular ass sail and just fold it up and turn on your engines when you're going against the wind. Like, you could do that. Why do you gotta do this shit? All right. Hold on. What differentiates it from other wind solutions is that the wing is not just pulled by the wind and countered by the ship. It flies in a figure of 8 loop, which multiplies the pulling effect of the airflow. Does it fly in a figure of 8 loop? It's just stationary. Where's the loop? We fetch the wind 300 meters above the sea surface where it's 50% more powerful. Okay, that makes sense, actually. If you, rather than having like a rigid mast, then it can only go up so high. If you have a kite that can go much higher, that kind of makes sense, yeah. Okay, I see. All right. Well, it's kind of funny. Oops, I accidentally just closed a link. Greek sex attack horror. Pregnant woman, 25, was raped and then abducted and gang raped by 3 other men who she approached for help. Jesus. Like there's some dark comedy in that when like you're raped and then you're raped again by somebody who's supposed to help you. But holy shit. Police in Greece have launched a manhunt after a 25-year-old pregnant woman was raped before being abducted and gang raped by 3 other men who she went to help. Strip hentai plot, yeah. The woman, who is 3 months pregnant, had traveled to the Omonia neighborhood of Athens to get her phone fixed. She was approached by an Afghan man who took her into a darkened area and then raped her. The pregnant mother then asked 3 Pakistani men for help. They called a cab and took her to an underground flat where they then gang raped her. Holy fuck. These 3 guys, they're all getting arrested. They appeared in court. Her screams were heard by neighbors who went onto their balconies to shout across to each other and ask what was going on. The trio, fearing the suspicions of their neighbors, let the victim leave. But she went straight to the police, who arrived back at the apartment later to arrest the 3 suspects, aged 19, 21, and 27. They've been charged. The 4th man, who initially raped the woman, remains at large. Holy shit, guys. What the fuck? Dude. Yeah, this is one of those things where, like, if you were to turn on a porn that had this plot, you might be able to whack off to it, but in real life, it just sounds horrifying. $2, Antelope. Fake and gay, not real story. Come on. $2 in her studios. Talk about an overkill. Jesus. $2 from Lady Columbia. The Greeks have always had bad sex. See Zeus. Jesus. Damn. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second. I'm not racist, but... Yeah. You're not racist, but what, Tidge? You're not racist, but what, Tidge? Holsteiner for $5. We need to bring back drawing and quartering. Cruel, unusual punishment for cruel, unusual crimes. Yeah, let's, you know, for a crime like this... Does rape deserve the death penalty? Maybe if you're like a serial rapist, like if you've raped a lot, maybe then. The first time, though, I think it just deserves a hefty jail sentence. $2 from Anatolope. Lady Columbia, jump in the wood chipper. All right. Keep fighting in Super Chats, guys. Continue to fight. Oh. Here's from Kotaku. There is no saving Cyberpunk 2077. This game is always going to be this game, for better and worse. Oh, God. Do I really want to read this whole fucking thing? Who sent me this one? Like, we know the take this is going to be, right? Because it wasn't very progressive friendly, because it was buggy at launch, even though it's been kind of fixed, that it's going to be... All right. Skip this. I mean, like, Cyberpunk ended up being an okay game after they fixed a bunch of it. Hold on. We were now free 2 years after the game's release to convince ourselves this was no longer the same game it had been at launch. And it wasn't. How much really changed? So he apparently went back and played it. How much was changed? Changes and improvements have been made. He said, oh my God, all right. I don't want to read this. Why? I mean, Cyberpunk kind of feels like No Man's Sky, right? And that it has that bad reputation from its initial launch, but then also it got a lot better, and people should give it a try now, you know? $5. Castration's an option. Yeah, I guess, huh? Columbia, $2. I will after I nuke the old world, then I can die. Jesus. Kaleka, $2. Bring back headsmen. People respond to incentives. Oh, Jesus. Sephiroth, $5. Thank you. This has never been happening. A little too much. They never integrate. They force the new country to accept their laws. Yeah, you know what? We should force them to integrate. Fuck them. All right, I don't want to read this. Yeah, fuck Kotaku. Okay. Elderly Florida man had more than a ton of child porn images in his bedroom. Florida police say that they have seized 220,000 child porn images from Paul Zittel's home. An actual ton of child porn. How many? 220,000 felonies, I'm going to assume. Oh, how many millions of years in prison is that? How many millions of years in prison? Like, he's done, guys. He's fucking done. He's fucking done. Just toss him. Just toss him, dude. My God. Okay. Look at this fucking zombie man. Oops. Look at he gets them in boxes in Mar-a-Lago. Look at this guy. Okay. Florida police have arrested a 72-year-old man on 25 counts of possessing child pornography after finding more than 200,000 200 fucking thousand images. 200,000. It's like, it's absurd. 200,000 images. I'm sorry for laughing. Like, I know it's rough, but like, holy fuck, that's that number, man. 200,000 images of child sexual abuse material in his bedroom. They were able to track child porn materials being uploaded to the internet to his IP address. That Florida man might go to jail thanks to the $2 mega lag. The total amount of child porn printed images in his possession weighed at 2,600 pounds. Real world Nosferatu. Thanks, Fondu. Okay, 2,600 pounds of printed off paper of child porn. There it is. There it is. It's all in these boxes, dude. They literally look at that. They literally forklifted it in. Residents at the Ocala home told officers that Zittel would not allow others into his room or his office without personally escorting them. Detectives found countless printed photographs of pornography, many of which depicted child sexual abuse material, that had been arranged into large stacks and boxes throughout Zittel's bedroom and office, and a printer on his desk displayed obvious signs of heavy use. They also seized the digital storage device, and they transported him to the Marion County Jail. He's being held on a $250,000 bond. Look. It's so ridiculous. Look at all this shit. Cryptic $2. That looks like Joe Biden's secret documents. You mean Donald Trump's secret documents? $8 from Tricky Mario. Thank you. Hasn't DeSantis passed laws to execute people like these? If so, face the wall. The poor printer. How thick is that guy's arm to have that much? Thanks, some dumb spider. Thank you for the 20. Yeah. I mean, this guy, he's ancient, right? He's also a Discord moderator. Like, this guy, like, he's done, isn't he? He's just an old man. Like, he's done. That's how it is. It's fine. Just throw him directly into the grave. It's okay. Someone will take 200K and try to get a high score. Thanks, adherent Lady Columbia. All right. So that's all the stuff that I have for you today, guys. Thanks for all the supers today. Thanks for everything. Minecraft server IP has been on the screen the whole time. Make sure you join in if you like Minecraft. There is the P.O. box. Toss me your packages and letters. I'll open them on the stream. I always appreciate getting care packages from you guys. You guys are excellent. Let's go raid Single Player Carl, all right? Single Player Carl's a good guy. He deserves a bit of attention. Everyone get your coffee cups ready. Did I miss chats? I didn't see him. I'm sorry. I've got to skedaddle, though. Naomi's coming home soon. Everyone get your coffee cups ready. All right? Coffee cups. Coffee cups. Coffee cups. Coffee cups. All right? We're going to go spam Single Player Carl's chat. He's actually a good guy. He's well known as being one of those, like, it's going to sound strange, based black guys on Twitter. He's hilarious. All right? Let's go raid him. Let's go raid him. I'll see you there, guys. Hey, stick around for the raid at least. I want you guys to go spam his chat for a minute with coffee, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I love you.